My name is Jolene Lum and I'm in the class of 2019. Jolene as a kid watched a lot of TV. She had a lot of decayed teeth because she would eat a lot of candy and forget to brush her teeth. I would jump around everywhere. I wouldn't stop laughing in school, and I would run around in class, and most of my classmates knew me as someone who was very, very hyperactive. My dad used to own an aquarium, so he used to sell aquarium fish, and that was at Buena Vista, so that was opposite the Gimel market. So after school I would go there. I would do my work behind the counter, and then I would go out and buy a drink. I even got into fights in the playground. There was one time I broke this boy's bicycle because I really wanted to show off. I would put my hand into tanks. I would take out guppies and cut them up sometimes. When I first left Singapore to go to Italy, it was exciting. It was really exciting. I was alone. College at Italy, sort of at the Adriatic, was a village by the sea. So if you're familiar with Rainer Maria Rilke, he wrote his poems there. It was really a village by the cliff over the Adriatic Sea, and it was beautiful. When I started living there for the first time, I just had so much gelato and so much pizza and so much pasta, and that was one of the best memories I've ever had of that place. It wasn't always easy to be there, but eventually, I think on hindsight, everyone appreciates that place very much because I went to school with people who would talk to me about things that I probably won't get to see. When I take a photograph, what goes through my head is, what can I do with this picture that I can't do with words? And so I like to take pictures of lost moments, or like moments that slip away a bit faster, which is why I really like street photography or just going out and shooting, because there are a lot of things that we miss out in our lives, and we pass it by and take it for granted. But I think sometimes there's something very romantic but also very delicate about a moment in time that you don't usually pay attention to. I like photos that I didn't intend to shoot more than photos that I really wanted to take. I think when I was growing up, because I spent a lot of time in school and at home, I don't think I went out exploring the city as much. But I was doing this a lot more after I went overseas. After coming back from Italy, I've come to appreciate so many things about Singapore. Being in Singapore has a sense of familiarity that is very priceless. There's this huge sense of anticipation and excitement when you're overseas alone and walking in a new place. But in Singapore, I think there's a very comforting sense that, hey, like I speak the languages here and I belong here. The first holiday when I came back here, I think the first thing I did was went out, took my bicycle and I cycled around the entire island on my own. I realized then how much the Singaporean weather made me so much happier and so much more lively. Because I came from a Singaporean school and a very Singaporean family, I think the sciences was always something that, hey, you did well in it, so why not continue? When I was 13, I think I decided that I was going to go to med school and become a doctor. I worked really hard to get into med school. And after 6 years since I was 13, I got into med school and I decided that I didn't want to go to med school. I was a paramedic in Italy. I had a lot of contact with my patients, so I would sit with them behind in the ambulance, and I felt as if that was what I really enjoyed doing more than facing a computer and typing in patient histories. I couldn't make a decision for myself so early in life. That I couldn't strap myself down to medicine. The first haircut I ever got in my life was when I was 13. So my mom and my grandma loved having me with long hair. And the first time I cut my hair was when I was 13. I got it to like shoulder length, and then I shaved my head for Hair for Hope. The length of my hair does affect my mood and the way I behave. And with short hair, I just feel so much lighter. It feels as if like I don't have the weight of long hair on my shoulders, and I can do anything I like because I have nothing to hide.